Hi everybody, welcome back to World Mate the Pyro Crangler. Welcome back to World of Warcraft. Rather, the Lich King is back on the channel, and we've got issue number 3 here today. So let's see what we've got to do in this. We're going to be doing our this section here, which is the sword hilt. And just before we dive into this, we do actually get a free gift in this shipment, and this is absolutely brilliant. This presentation file is fantastic. Just as I say, that in itself is just looks like a really lovely poster, and I think that looks absolutely stunning. So yeah, let's get into this. So let me just move these trays out of the way. This looks really lovely. Gives you sort of like a Chronicles of Narnia vibe with all the ice and snow, doesn't it? So let's get into here. I love the fact that it's short wrapped. And oh, are they going to be portrait or are they going to be landscape? Let's find out. And oh yes, they're landscape. Wow, look at this. Okay, cool. So in here, our first poster is this one, which looks really lovely. Let's move that there a bit so we can fit it in. And the next one we have is, you do get 3 in here, so the next one we have is, good God, what is that? I can see the Lich King like very small down here. As you can see, there's a little bit there, and then this looks like a dragon of some sort, but he looks so big compared to the Lich King there. And then obviously we have, oh my God, what on earth is that? And then we have this here. Oh, very nice. So yeah, 3 lovely posters, and they come in this gorgeous presentation file. So really lovely. I always find that the cover photo of the file itself is the best one. So yeah, fantastic. So our first free gift. Okay, so let's get into the building segment of what we need to do. Now in this issue, we do actually need the part that we did last time, which I believe is called the left spalvder. So I'm going to grab that now and we'll get going. Okay, so here's the part that we did obviously last time. Whacking great big bit with this Scalosaurus thing on it, and every time I see a skull I call it a Scalosaurus. And what we're going to do is we have a little section here which is 3A, and that's your left spalder outer pass guard, and you can see it's got some detail on it, as you can see, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And I don't really think it makes an awful lot of difference which way it goes round. As you can see, the design there is exactly the same as the one on there. So this is going to now cover all of that. So we're going to slot that into position. And right, it must be directional. Yeah, there we go. What's it getting stuck on? There we go. Oh. It does sort of make you wonder how this is all going to hold up, because I think the actual body of the Lich King is like a plastic material, so yeah, I'm not really sure on that. But so now we're going to put 1, 2, 3 and 4 screw holes into there. Now they want us to use a BM screw, so we're going to use a BM screw. I'm going to get my screwdriver. What I'm looking for is this one, which is my PH0 screwdriver, and we're going to secure that all into place now. So yeah, this has been really lovely to get. It's nice, you know, when you see a hole and it gets covered up and you don't see that hole anymore. So yeah, this screwdriver is one of my favourites to work with. It's always, never ever is a problem using it. Okay, so that's the first one in, and then we're going to screw the second one into this hole here. That's that one. And then the third screw. It's so bloody big, isn't it? Look at the size of this thing. Wow. But yeah, it's nice to get a first free gifts. I'm not really a fan of posters as much. I prefer like the actual proper gifts, you know. I'm not really a poster person, so and then the fourth screw is going to go into this hole here. So I think this is like one of the shoulder bits, like one of the bits that goes on the shoulder. So now it is a little bit tough to put the screws in because I keep forgetting to order 3-in-1 oil. So if you had oil, it would make it a lot more easier. And I'm just going around to make sure that they're all secured in beautifully. And as you can see, look at that. We now have something that looks a bit like a shoulder mechanism, doesn't it? But wow, it's quite heavy, I have to say. It's that big, it's sort of, I mean, look at that. Really nice chunky piece. I like that. Fantastic. Right, next what we're going to be doing is we've got to do, once we've secured all that into place and we've done that, we're then going to put in, apparently they're showing us something that goes, the spooled base plate apparently. Now when we construct this, we've got to be careful of these spikes, okay? So it's all about how to hold it carefully and stuff. Now this part here is the base plate. Now the way it wants us to do this is this big lip is on this part, and then obviously this gold bit, I imagine, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes, and it looks like it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. So I imagine it sits, that looks like a good line up to me, yeah, because that's where they're all linking onto. So it must be, yeah, it must go onto here like so. Yeah, it must be that slot there. Hang on, let's put that there. Whoops. Yeah, it must be something like that. But this one here, you see how they all sort of click in. This peg here isn't clicking into anything. So, well, there's it's got to be that, because there's this hole here. There's no hole there, so it must click something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Okay, so they're gonna be secured in with BMs as well. So we've got BMs going into there as well, and then I imagine something, or maybe that screw hole is for something to connect here, because if we look, we've got a hole here and then 3 holes here. So what I'm thinking is, as you can see when I said about that gap, there's a gap just there, which I imagine a longer piece would fit into it, and perhaps they have to have a longer screw put onto that bit. Okay, so I'll just put that into there. So it'll take a little bit of a while to figure that bit out. When I do my videos, I don't rehearse it first. I like to just dive straight into it, and then, like, if I come across a part that I'm having a bit of a trouble with, I like the problem solving side of it. So I can sit there and just think, right, well, don't go like that. Let's see if we turn it around and it makes a difference, you know. So, right, that's that bit. So we've got 2 screws into there. That's 3 going in the back passage there. So we just need to put the 3 in this last passage section here. Every piece we put on, it just feels heavier and heavier. So, yeah, I think you can still subscribe to this, because some of the builds have finished their runs now. So yeah, this one I think you can still subscribe. Right, okay, so let's get this one in. That's going to go into this hole here. And then it should just be one last screw. Yep. Fantastic. Okay. So this is last screw. Now they have actually allocated the next pack now, so it won't be very long. I'm going to space these videos out, so I'll do them like once a week. I'm gonna say on a Wednesday, and then hopefully by the next the time the next pack comes, once we get up to issue what we got, 3, 4, 5, by the time we've done issue 5 we should have the next pack. So yeah, okay, so that's all that secured in. Beautiful. So that completes that bit for this time, and it's lovely to have been able to, because these two parts here have been separated, so to have this part now connected and form as one, we got a little bit room in our storage box now. So that will go back into its little storage box until it's ready to have the next parts put on. That lovely Scalosaurus there. And oh, we've got a few more screws here. Let's put them back in there before we lose them. And we'll put them back there. Right, okay, and then the next part what we're doing is the sword hilt. Now this has got some electrics in it, but unfortunately we don't get to test them as of yet. So what we're going to do, we're going to get, oh, that's lovely. Oh wow, that's metal, and this is part 3C, and 3C is your hilt body. Okay, so yeah, that's this bit. Let's get that down a bit. And we're going to now put in a little chip by the looks of it, and this is the one that's got the wire coming off it. So you can see here we've got an LED, some sort of component bit, and then there's some sort of, I don't know if that's an LED, that looks more like a sound effect, because if that was a light it would be clear like that. So maybe this is the sound and that's the light. Wow, okay, so as you can see we've got 2 holes here, and they want it so that the light is facing outwards, and I just want to make sure it looks as if, because I'm wondering if we have to plug that in, so I don't know whether to keep it that way or that way. I'm gonna say, because as you can see in here it doesn't really look like, it looks as if this black bit is underneath. I'm going to do it upwards because I feel like something's going to have to plug into this black bit, because if you don't, you're not going to get power to it. So yeah, let me just double check there's that. And what's lovely, again, you see this lovely reservoir here. We can just channel that down the crack here, and look at that. Fits in there absolutely beautifully. Wow. Okay, so I might just turn that wire so that it's around there like that. We'll train that up in a minute, but we're going to pop in CM screws. So these are CM screws, and these are little tiny ones, tiny fuckers. Yeah, so now when you're screwing into this, just be careful, because you don't want to break the circuit board, because it can crack. It's very similar to like acrylic, but that went in absolutely beautifully. And we're just going to pop that section into here as well, down this bit here. Now issue, I think it's issue 5, it was quite a nice issue because we got a little shoe. It looks like a shoe, but it's actually, I think it's the foot of the Litch King. So just put that in there. Yeah, lovely. So yeah, kind of a little bit disappointed because we won't get to test this up yet, which is a shame. Normally when you get electrics you get to test it there and then, but maybe they want us to do that at a later date. Now this, I'm gonna pop, doesn't really sit down very well, does it? Let's put the wire here. I'll just pop that like that. It will eventually sit something like that, so that's fine. And we're going to secure 3K on. Now 3K is a battery compartment section. So 3K is, it's a little piece. What piece is that? 3K. I think I've got that. Yeah, I'm missing a ring here, so I don't think it's that. It's a little ring. I'm gonna have to pop next door to go and get it. I thought I'd bring it all in. Okay, so I've now got 3K, which is this little black plastic bit, And this is going to be, I think it's just to really sort of like hold the battery. Now, it's hard to tell whether they want the lip up or the lip down, but I can't really tell. So I'm not really sure. I'm gonna guess that the lip has to go upwards, because I'm not really sure how that's supposed to go, unless they want it something like that. Yeah, it looks like it goes like that because there's a little cutout section, so it looks like that just rests over there like so, but okay, right, that's not going down, so that's interesting. Unless it goes something like that, but maybe it goes over and covers the battery bit, but they're saying they want it like that, but I can't see how that's going to let me put that down. Oh, you know why? Because I think this black bit covers this bit, maybe. So it goes something like that. No. Why is this not going in? What a strange part. Right, it's got to go this way. It has to. It must go. No. And this is a bit complicated. It's not letting me put it in. Just positioned like that. No. See, the way they've got this in the manual is that it goes down like that, but I'm finding that isn't letting me do that. Because there we go. Hang on. Right, I think, brilliant. There we go. I think what was happening is that green ball just needed to be pushed down a little bit more, but I think that's now in. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So that's in, and we're now going to put in the LR44 batteries. So guess what? I've got to go next door again, because I've left them on the couch. So I'm guessing we may get to test it then. Now these are the LR44s. It does say 2 pieces here, but according to the manual here, it says ×8, but we only got the 1 pack in this, but it does say down here to insert 2. So I'm not really sure why they're saying ×8 there, unless they provide them later on in the build. But Fan Home is one of the only part work companies that include batteries. Back in the day, you'd have to like buy them yourself. So it's just brilliant to give us the batteries here and then. It just saves us having to get them. So, because certain batteries, they're a bit like can't go through the post and what have you. So yeah, so this obviously needs to touch the bottom, so you'll have the writing on the top, because that's a contact point, you see. So once that goes down there, that will go on the top like so. And then what will happen is, this section here, you've got pins. Now you've got to be very careful with these, because these are very, very fragile. Now what's got to happen is them pins have got to feed into, you see these holes here, so you've got one there, and one at the back. And then what will happen is that's a contact point, so we will push this into position. Now we can't really see as much, but to be fair with you, that's gone in beautifully. I'm just going to push that a little bit more, because it doesn't feel flush, but I'll leave it like that, because it's got to be able to touch the battery, you see. Right, that's that, and we're going to pop in CM screws. So there must be a switch or something, because obviously there's no power from what I can see on the battery yet. So maybe there's is that a switch, or maybe there's a switch or something, but I wonder how that powers up then, because I would have thought there'd be a switch, but is that going in? Why is that not going in? There we go. Wonder how that goes on then. See, this is it. Oh, is that a battery light? Is that a light there? No. Yeah, this is the bit where I get a bit nervous and panicky, because I'm like, well, is it, you know, have we got power? Have we not got power? I like to test it before it's all put together, otherwise I've got to spend time stripping it down again. So we'll just carry on a little bit more, and as you put the screws in, that will push these pins further in, I would imagine. But as of yet, I'm not really entirely sure why we're not getting any power to that light. It could very well be that it's not a light and it's a sensor, because a sensor I don't think lights up. So, well, we'll see how we go. And yeah, if it doesn't light up, we may have to take it all apart again and try again. But I tell you what I will do, I'm a little bit intrigued, because it does say the batteries must have the negative pole towards the circuit, so maybe, but then how do you turn the batteries on and off? I don't know. It's supposed to have a green light, so I'm kind of wondering if... Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to be a bit naughty here. I'm going to turn the batteries around, because I'm intrigued as to why we're not getting power. So let me just turn them round, because I'm guessing as soon as it touches the thing, we should have power, but oh no, all this has come out. Okay, so maybe let's just swap them around a minute, because if it's a faulty board, I'm gonna have to get that replaced with fan home. Oops. So I put them like that before, so let's try the other way. I don't think this is going to make a difference, because let's just pop that down a minute into them holes. Lined up, or I think that's lined up a bit. Still no battery. Okay. Well, I'm kind of not really sure then what's causing that, but I imagine that I think they were around the right way, or it could be that these batteries are dead. I know they've only just come out a new pack, but the thing is with batteries is we don't know how long they've been in the pack for, so Yeah, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the way I thought they were, which is like this, which is the first way round. And then we'll have to go from there and see what happens, but just push them back into there like so. They're all lined up into there, so okay, well, we'll have to see what's, if you've got any ideas, then obviously let me know in the comments, but as of yet, for some reason, we're not getting power, because as you saw when I turned the batteries round, they're not powering up anyway, so I'm not sure what's causing it. I can't see this being a switch, so how strange. Well, I'll just have to carry on. Oh, hang on, isn't this bit this? Oh, look, what an idiot! Look, I thought there was a bit strange. Why this bit? That's the switch. Look, what an idiot! Look, you push it on, push it off. I thought that was a bit strange, but oh, thank God for that. I'm happy now. Oh my God. Did I really just assemble and disassemble that thinking it was broke? Like, wow. Okay, so now we're going to get 3E. I'm happy again. Nice bright lights. Grip section 4. Good God. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be... It's hard to tell because these are all different sizes, you see. So I would imagine... I don't think it's that. So if we put that like that, that's the back one. Then we've got a longer one, which I think is that one. We've got a medium one, that one. So it's got to be this one. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's going to feed into there. We're going to get this part, and that's going to feed all over the top and hide all that wiring, which is beautiful. Now we've got like little tabs as well on that, and then we're going to get this section here as well. That's going to go, whoops, it's going to go all the way over and connect up to there. So I mean, ideally I would have liked to have had like a little thin piece of plastic covering that before putting these on, but it's fine, it's all good. There is gaps as well, as you can, oh no, there we go, there's like a lock-in mechanism here, you see. So then we put this bit onto here like so. A minute. This thing's a little bit wobbly, this bit at the end. Let me put this bit onto here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's into there like so. And then obviously this part connects. Why is this bit not going in? What's wrong with this? That's strange. I can't seem to get... Why is that not letting me put that in there then? Oh, right, yeah. This silver bit's got to go first. So that goes that way. That's interesting, because the first time it went like that, but now that's all bolted up like that, and then obviously this goes through there, and then I imagine just sucks onto the end of it. There's no interlocking bit for this bit. Can't see any. You see the like the tabs that go around it, so I assume that just goes like that, and then how are you going to do that then? Because you'd have to push a pin through there to put it on. Cool, you've got to have a small hand. Wow. Yeah, look at that. That's a little bit... So for you to get that, because you can't put your hand on it, you'd have to go like that, push it on, and then push it off, because you can't put your fingers too big to push it down there. So, well, that's a bit annoying. But, and also, what secures that on? Because that's just going to keep falling off and on. So, interesting. And then these bits just go on to this like so, apparently. So let's back that off a minute. So where does that go? So it goes something like that. That's interesting. We have missed a step, which I need to go. No, we haven't. That, I thought we missed a step because that's your little thing with the points in, but that's silver, so that's on the top. But this, I don't want to push it too far on, but I'll push it as much as I can. Apparently it's supposed to sit right flush up against this. I'm just seeing whether I can turn that a bit. I don't think I can. Come on, whoops. Don't think it goes like that. It's a bit of a strange mechanism, this, because God blimey, I can't seem to get mine to go right straight up. Don't want to force it any further, but the idea is that's supposed to buffer up against that, I think, because the way they've got this in the manual is that it's supposed to buffer right up to the end. So let's swap these around. Maybe they're around the wrong way. Because as I say, with me, I don't line them all up in order. I just pick whatever piece, and yeah, so... Oh, there we go. Yeah, beautiful. But as I say, this bit, I'm a little bit... I don't understand why this is just sliding. Have we got to glue that or something? Or do we push it right onto the... Ah, hang on. That seems to push right up. Oh. So then now you can now... Whoops, hang on. So once that's pushed right up, you can now... See, I think that's a little bit weak still, because you see you can push it on a little bit, but it's very loose. So I would suggest perhaps a bit of glue or something, but I don't think that would be wise, because if this had a malfunction and the electric cable broke, you'd never get that off unless you glued these individual bits so that it all came off in one, rather than, but then you've got, you know, glue might seep through and get stuck to the plastic, and then you're even more problem. But yeah, so that will eventually, you push it on like that, whoops, push it on, and then push it off, push it on, push it off. Wow, that was a really fun issue. Cool, really enjoyed that. Had a few hurdles along the way, but had a few problems trying to connect it at first, but I think really enjoyed that. So that is issue number 3. So issue number 4 of Wrath of the Lich King will be up next Wednesday, and I think that's issue 4 is something to do with a heel, I believe. Was that issue 5? I can't remember. But just one more time, I've got to have a go. I love electrics. It's like a little torch, isn't it? Or a little spacecraft. Turn that off. So we've done that, and we've also done this beautiful piece here, just putting a few more bits onto here, and obviously connecting that up through here. Wow, what a lovely issue. Yeah, fantastic. So thank you very much for watching. I believe this is still available through FanHome. Just check FanHome's website, it will soon tell you if it's available or not. The collections that are discontinued now will say past collections, and then under it, it lists all the ones that have come to their end of their run. But that's issue number 3 done of that's issue number 3 done of World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, and wow, really lovely, enjoyable issue. See you next Wednesday for issue number 4. Take care, bye bye.